a lot of, I'm sorry to bring this on the show, but a lot of target individuals would say, "Oh, my neighbor's mind controlling me," and they would go kill their neighbor or go rob their neighbor. They would start harassing the hell out of their neighbor, becoming the gang stalker they were complaining about to begin with. So this is the psychological operation. So when you have things like time travel, scientists, God, aliens, and that sort of thing, the narrative has to be controlled. And I'm sorry I got too political about this, but uh, this is why these things exist. This is why these things happen. The Polaroid camera was the best thing that ever happened to us.
Yeah.
There are, there were so many question images of things that happened or may have happened. Well, people are like, oh, Photoshop. And now that we have AI, it's even more clouded. People are not willing to believe in anything that they see anymore and only what they feel. And we know who is Dr. Feelgood, right? We know who that is, and that can control all of us. And so the idea of time travel and the whole the pixel and it's just what a cross section. This is like awesome. I really like this. Sorry,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I went ahead and I got the stream started again for just a little bit longer. Uh, but I got that just stopped it dead in its track, right? And it was weird how it did that. And I'm not lying. Every single time I've ever done a stream and I start talking about time travel, something weird on YouTube happens. And this goes all the way back, even like 10 years of me streaming.
You want to hear something comes parallel to the time comes parallel to the time thing? Okay, there's
Yeah.
spots here in the U.S. that okay, if you stand on top of a hill, water will run up the hill. There was a car, that was up on the hill, down at the hill. But you know how you got to turn your tires towards the sidewalk? Well,
Right. So that's your yeah. You don't roll
well,
downhill.
yeah. Well, the thing of it is, the car went up. It did. They have
It
done
went up.
things. Yeah, they went and done tests, and they found out that within these areas, everything goes the opposite. The we call it the gravity is opposite. Like
Oh,
and the
you
time you can
a gravitational anomaly?
yeah you can use that too
Really?
as another way of time travel.
Gravitational anomalies. Well, you're so the concept of that is that you're introducing something that is
Naturally, I'm
opposite.
already there. Yeah.
Well, but it's something that's opposite. So I, um, that's like Superman flying around the planet backwards
Yeah.
and reversing time, sort of thing.
Hmm.
And I don't subscribe to that. I don't.
Well, yeah. But I'm saying
However, if there is a gravitational anomaly, in order to, I'm not a scientist, but in order to affect local areas around that gravitational anomaly, you, I mean, you're eventually going to, you're going to create a Mandela effect, and you're going to get physics out of sync because our particles, I mean, things, we have a synchronicity. We have a harmonious vibe with the planet. When particles get out of the timeline and move backwards, you have potentially not only created an anomaly, an anomal, an anomical, what's the word I'm looking for? An anomalous space, but universe.
well, yeah, but we're not saying
So,
that that's natural
okay.
because it's a natural
So
phenomenon there.
a natural a natural version of that, I think, can still, I don't know, that can blink planets out of
Uh, uh,
existence like a black hole.
Okay, I went and
I don't
pulled
know. Go ahead.
I went and I pulled uh the information up for you guys because I've heard of this before, and I'll read it off to you. The places where gravity appears to run backwards, causing cars to roll upwards in neutral or water to flow uphill, are known as gravity hills, and they're
Mm-hmm.
also called magnetic hills, spook hills, or
Oh,
mystery
yeah.
spots.
So that that doesn't contradict what I'm saying. Breaking
Right,
physics.
right.
You're, so if you have something, I don't know what, some sort of gravity generator, a graviton technology, maybe there's some mass of something floating out in space that passes by the planet. It could be many of things that can just get things to rising towards the sky. However, if you're breaking physics, so it's got to be something substantial. It can't. So calling it natural, you're going to have to prove that there's something substantial
Well,
happening.
yeah.
Technology is one thing. Astrophysics, that's another thing as well. But you're talking about simple places where people live and these weird things are happening. There's a lot more to the story.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but like they say too, you got you got you got minerals, you got all that in the ground. Okay. And we're not saying that in a specific way. It's been altered in that certain way. Electrical,
Well,
the
well,
ground.
see, Robert, the thing is though, is like with phenomena like this, okay, it's really it has to do with like obscured horizons and stuff like that. Now this kind of goes into a little bit about like what I was talking to you about with UFOs, like and everybody thinks it's a joke, like I'm picking on people who take pictures of UFOs. All right, but I'm not because you have to look at it literally, is what I'm saying. Like, why is it that it's still, or it's the year 2026 and we're still getting blurry pictures of UFOs? Okay, and if you look at that and you look at the technology that's now available when it comes to photographs, okay, there should be no blurry pictures of UFOs.
Can I
Literally,
add something to that?
right.
Okay, so Samsung, I think they got in trouble because they added to their camera app, they added an element that if you were looking at the moon, it would enhance it or alter it in a certain way that it is so it was not the true image. And when you took the picture,
No,
so if you have something like that that's going on, and you whip out your phone, take a picture of a UFO, you may or may not get that image. I've taken photos of things that weird have happened to me, and
if you're able to take that same process, well, if you can take that whole thing, put it into a computer, and do where you like the pixels, the color, and all that.
the forensics would be very interesting to look at for sure.
Yeah, if you were the one able to do that, take the pixels and all that, and set it up to where the, what
Well, see, my hope, what I was going for was like our visuals can be manipulated too. Okay, like
That's what I'm saying.
in any kind of situation, like you have to look at the surroundings that are around you. You know what I mean? Like they can be misleading according to the context. You know, like if you look at like water flowing backwards,
yeah
or a car going backwards, you have to look at your surrounding areas because like instead of it being that, it could be the fact that maybe trees look like they're actually straight, but in reality they're not. You know what I mean? Or things of that nature. Like you could honestly believe that you're going downhill, but in reality you're not going downhill. It's just your perception has been freaking altered.
yeah like with
Like an hallucination,
Right.
essentially. Yeah.
Right. And like with these UFOs, what if it's not your camera that's the problem? What if
Yeah.
they've got some kind of technology that is allowing that only allows you to catch a blur or like a UFO.
Still, yeah.
Look at these UFOs. They're discs, okay? These discs are not supposed to be able to fly. Period. It goes against
Mhm.
all physics, okay? And then the trajectory where they can switch, they can literally turn at a 45-degree angle at a moment's notice. Like that goes against all physics. Period.
Well, it doesn't. Well, it doesn't go against physics. It goes against aerodynamics.
Right.
When we have a craft within an atmosphere like that we have, you're either flying like a bird or you are utilizing some other kind of physics.
Yeah, but you remember when they brought that up about what happened to that airline, Roger, where the nose of the airplane was completely blown out because the positive and negative neutrons hits the belt of the plane itself, and it since they had it flying, but it literally blew the nose of the airplane completely out. It did, and they said that was because of the neutrons in the air built up far more than, and it just released all that energy into the nose of the airplane, crushed that nose right in.
So there's this thing called heat bursts. So clouds can I'm not a meteorologist, but there are these clouds. Okay, you have clouds. They can collect positive, negative energy, depending on the ground, what the polarity is. It'll create lightning, yada yada yada. That sort of thing also happens with the moisture. So this is how we get rain when you have this vaporized water coming from the ground, collecting and turning clouds, and you have a temperature change that might get cooler, and it condensates within the cloud and makes rain. So something that we also have, which is a very rare phenomena, is something called heat burst from clouds. So there have been these small towns around the country who witness a or experience 130-degree weather or 140-degree weather for about 10 minutes at a time. And yeah, it's basically these clouds just shooting heat beams into random areas. The science behind that is it's like tornado science.
Yeah.
Basically, if you don't have a tornado and you have something that happens in a very 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 small localized part that doesn't turn into a cloud system, it will eject that energy
Yeah,
to not become that, and
yeah,
you get these heat bursts.
Now
It'll fry crops and
the
things like that.
the flight the airplane he's referring Robert you're referring to is the Austrian Airlines flight 434. It happened in 2024, and it's exactly what B was talking about. They flew directly into a severe thunderstorm. So
Well, I was thinking it was going to be a heat burst that
yeah,
they flew into.
well
That's what I was getting into.
it was in Spain.
Mhm.
It was going from Mallorca, Spain. I have a hard time saying. And I mean, it's in Spain, so you know that it had to have been humid. It's probably hot and everything too. But the entire outer nose cone just it was gone. And the only other time that that's happened was during World War II. There was that wasn't because of a bomber. You know what I mean? Just the Flying Fortress is what it happened to, and that was because of the Germans during conflict. But after that, the only other time it was the 2024 incident, and that was because of the storm, which was what you were just talking about, B.
up in
Mhm.
high up in the atmosphere where you look down from space, and it looked like a big old thing of light beam in that, and they have to make sure that when they go back down, from the space back to Earth, that they stay away from them areas that have them lightning things up in that high altitude before you leave Earth.
Atmospheric lightning.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think you're on the
Okay.
same path that we're on.
Yes.
and they were showing that they were, and they said that, uh, and they had the skin, oh not skin, but what you call it, where fix up all aircrafts and all that, to where, because they found out that when an airplane goes through the atmosphere, it built the the positive and negative from the air. So it's like it makes it electrified, the skin of the airplane.
Well, so, but that's more so. That's highly focused. When you talk about that situation, you're talking about a lightning strike or a lightning transfer with a pathway of electrons moving from one
Well,
part
you're
of the sky to another. It may include a pathway that might hit a plane, but that's what you're describing.
yeah.
As it's going from the electrons are moving from one part of the cloud to the next. It's
Oh,
atmospheric
no, no, no,
lightning.
no, no. You're the one that's moving. It's just that you're taking negative neutrons and making them positive by going through. And
That
there's like another
well,
way of going through time, because they were talking about that.
when you're
Time.
traveling, yeah, you can change um, your electric charge as you travel as a physical entity. You're going to do that.
Yeah, and like I was saying, it was a thing that, okay, I don't know what kind of World War II a fighter airplane. I don't know what you call them, but during that time, during this one time,
Mm.
they were it was on the thing that
Hmm.
a went through its thing, and at the same time, the fighter at World War II looked over and seen 1985 airplane from 1985 fly by itself. And the guy from the 1985 airplane looked over and saw a World War II fighter plane at the same time, but going different directions.
Are these two separate reports that matched
No,
up
no, no,
later on?
no, no. This has happened. That they were saying on the thing that at the, it was the guy from 1985,
Yes.
and he said that's what happened. They more or
My
less,
my
the two
my
pilots
question
looked at each
being,
other.
there's a report from a guy from 1985, then there's a report from a guy from World War Two or One. Where's the report coming from? Are there two reports, or are they meeting?
Well, it's possible. I just know that on
That's
the
the only way you can
thing.
validate that. Otherwise, it's hearsay, and it's just
Well, it, that's true. But as far as I know, is why not? Because they came up with a whole like about that.
there's so many stories of
Now,
like was it the Bermuda Triangle, and
Yeah.
there are other magnetically
there,
Oh, wait a minute. Roger's got
charged
something.
places around the planet that can produce a myriad of different ways of different effects, even psychologically. Hell, I think we got our psychotronic weaponry from these anomalies, these magnetic anomalies, excuse me, around the world, because people act weirdly around these places. Oh, it's a gas leak, or it's oh, the government put psychedelics in the water to experiment. No, you are somewhere where there is a charge, there's energy swirling, and it's affecting you. End of story. And the government wants
now,
to classify that because they're building their technology on it.
I believe what Robert's discussing is the 1935 flight that took place, and it's probably the most famous one when it comes to this. It was Sir Victor Goddard. He was a British Royal Air Force pilot. And he
Okay.
back in 1935, Goddard was flying a Hawker. It was a biplane, and he was flying it over Scotland on his way to inspect RAF Drim. And what happened was he ended up claiming that he flew over what he noted as uh, an the Air Force. It was a derelict Air Force base with hangars that were falling apart and stuff like that. And then he made claims like cattle were freaking grazing on the runways. Now, shortly after passing the site, Goddard suddenly went through again an unusual storm with like strange yellow tone clouds and things like that and torrential rain. And then he lost control over his aircraft. But then after he cleared the storm, and he turned backwards, everything was gone, and his bearings were
Everything was
straight.
gone.
Yeah, and his bearings were straight. This is kind of stuff that
What?
yeah,
No, dude.
yeah,
Okay.
and this goes back into the whole storm thing too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It really is weird. But I think this is actually more of it's a phenomenon. It's like hydroplaning on water.
Well,
Like nobody can
I have this like made up fantasy thing in my head to where it's like I think of it like wherever there's a storm, like you know how they'll classify a F5 tornado as the finger of God. It- it's like one of those things where it's like for me when there are weird storms and weird weather happening because the sun gives us see it. And with that kind of influence on an entire planet, just based on your positioning in space, don't you think there's other things really warp our reality at any time? Like, like I just think of it like the finger of God or the Bermuda Triangle. There's these I want to
Well,
say cosmic events that happen, and it,
but like,
whether you want to go into that, it's not a new concept. But for me, my question is this artificially handled or is this just nature, astrological Mother Nature? I don't know.
I think it is natural. I don't know if it's astrological or if it's,
well,
but like I was saying with the hydroplaning, okay? When a car hydroplanes on the water, they don't have any scientific explanation for why it does that. Like they to this day they don't know why freaking
Well,
cars wheels
you have
hydroplane.
inertia and a lack of friction
There's
when you
no
go over
science.
water.
There's no scientific evidence to show
Of
why it
that,
does it. Yeah, just over hydroplaning.
just over hydroplane.
Just over
I mean,
hydroplaning.
immediately in my head, I'm thinking less friction and inertia.
Hmm It's a phenomena.
I don't know.
It's a phenomena. It's just
Oh, I
something.
gotta look into that.
It's something that happens, but they have no idea what causes it.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Concept and brought down so much smaller. I mean, well, people have been known to perform miracles, right? Instantly heal someone or just lift a car off of a baby. It-
yeah,
I mean, can you not get focal points of just energy that becomes anomalous? Why not?
yeah.
I don't see any problem with that.
And Robert, I think we should call your first episode quits for the night and then take it up next week.
I'm so glad I got to be on your first episode. Thank you for having me.
Well, you're welcome. And tell Roger I said hi.
Yes, Mr. Landry. Yes, I will.
And for people that knows more about the time like different types of time devices, what way things are works. If you want to, you can give us be part of the group.
Sounds good. I'm gonna go ahead and end the recording and stuff, and we'll, we'll do this next week. Maybe we'll get you a little bit more structured. And
Yeah.
Do I get a few minutes off air to apologize to you?
you don't have to do that, bud. You don't have to do
We, yeah, I do.
that. No, don't worry about none of that. I mean, come on, man. You know what I mean? It's like freaking. Don't worry about none of that. It's all
Well,
good.
maybe okay. I can't. I get your feeling, but maybe I want to rip you a new asshole.
well, well. I mean, don't worry about none of that. Just
Dude, I don't like causing displeasure or
it's.
misunderstandings. I just
Hey, let me ask
you're
you a
my
question.
bro.
I
I
know.
know you
Just
guys are
don't
my
worry
bros.
about it. Don't worry about it. And you know, I mean, not one time did I ever say that you were not welcome onto the shows that I do. So don't even think that. Okay. So
You're so macho. Don't why you gotta be macho?
because that's the way I
Machismo.
am. I roll like a big dog, man.
Machismo. All right.
You know what I
Hey
mean?
Roger, can you turn that? Did you turn that oven off? I forgot.
Well,
What?
yeah, he's got stuff in the oven, man.
Oh, okay.
He got
I was
carried
gonna
away.
say, if you guys are like hard out for heating, it should be like spring coming up here right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey,
Oh,
have you ever heard of the white? It's called. Well, I was wondering, have anyone ever heard of the white hole? You know, we got a black hole, but there's they
a
have
white
found
hole?
white hole in
White
space.
white hole.
Yeah, in space.
Yes. You had me on a whole other track there for a
Yeah,
second,
I
brother.
know. That's why I was referring to it in space. Because if I know that if I didn't put the space in, you'd be thinking of the other.
You had okay, yeah. What about white holes and black holes?
Well, I was wondering what is the how it works. If I know it spits out instead of absorbing like a black hole does,
Yes.
but
So
how it works.
essentially, so you hear talks about like a black hole. Black holes eat things that come within its range, whatever. There's active black holes, and then there are dormant black holes.
Hmm.
So, in my theory, personally, when you have a black hole that's eating voraciously, quickly, on the other side, you're going to get Taco Bell. You're going to get just a spew of energy, white light. That's undefined. It's just it's diarrhea.
Yeah.
So when you have a black hole that is dormant, to basically compile as much energy and matter into one spot as you can. You have so much time. You have forever. So this is what becomes the singularity. Now, again, this is in my opinion. This is what becomes a singularity. And when that black hole has eaten enough, it might go super because you don't have. So there's a supernova form of a black hole. It just gets bigger and it starts eating everything around it. And then when there's nothing for it to consume, it will shrink and shrink and shrink till there's nothing.
Well, yeah, it
Boom.
expels its
Singularity
energy.
explodes. New universe.
Mhm.
Bam. Just like that. That's how black holes work in my research. And my hypothesis of a few things.
Okay.
I'm I'm definitely into astrophysics, and I just anything. I like reading this stuff. I'm a science journalist. I'm a master of none. I'm just a guy just asking questions and learning what I can.
Now,
I do science journalism. This
let
is
me
like my badge says that
let me also
for
say
the social. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
let me also say too that according to science, now I disagree with the black hole thing, but
Mhm.
science says that black holes are proven to exist and that white holes are just theoretical.
White holes are currently theoretical,
Right.
but in the way that I described it happening, in converse to what we know is happening,
Mathematically,
that
it does
math.
make
Well,
yeah.
I mean, if you know the math or not scientifically, I mean, you're going to know the inverse.
Right.
It's just it's just intrinsic. Sorry, you get
Now
me all excited on these things.
now entropy is
Yeah.
is the difference is what it is.
Well,
Now, like a lot of people
you're
have an
talking
issue.
about. Let me just. So you're talking about the difference here is you got Mama Bear who's what she has to feed, all while through having to go through hibernation. This is how I view the bigger black holes. Okay, the big ones that just have been eating for so long, they're ancient. Now, on the other hand, you have something that may come out of a cataclysm, two stars colliding, something, I don't know, some astrological event that might create a very small black hole, which is, in my opinion, and what I would call a voracious eater, because it's new, it's small, it's going to eat everything that's around it very quickly without it being fully developed yet. So on the other side of that,
Right.
again, I give the idea of Taco Bell. This is not good food, and you were too young. You're gonna paint the walls in the bathroom.
Yeah.
So this is the whole white hole thing, because this is I do believe in white holes. They are theoreticals, but this is how I uh, rationalize it, or even if you want to say intellectualize it. But this is like research that I've looked at,
Well, hold on now.
and this is
I don't
it might
believe
become a white hole. A
I,
white
I
hole is possible.
I don't believe that's pseudo because even Einstein's theory, and like when you talk about white holes, you also have to take wormholes into consideration. Like Einstein even had an
Yes.
like with his equations, it allowed for black holes and white holes to be connected.
Well, after you
One would
have
follow the other.
after see, so I have a theory about that. This is my theory. I've never even spoken to anybody about this. This is just my idea at this point. It- if somebody thought of it before me, I promise I didn't steal it. I promise. But whenever you have these bursts of the universe, the black hole, the white hole, the singularity exploding, there is going to be something left over from that, and it just may be a spatial wormhole in which the universe was created, sort of like a an umbilical cord, or perhaps maybe there's just some space, like uh, after you flush a toilet, right? The crap's gone, everything's gone, but there's
Yeah, but
still the world that's going down
Well,
to
see,
make
I always talk about
even after that
I always talk about the cosmic weave all the time. You know what I mean?
cosmic weave.
And I mentioned like with the Axis Monday, which for me,
I I want to get with some. No, no, sorry. Go ahead. No, no, no.
eh,
Cosmic weave. We got to no. We got to get this into some
well, I
Warhammer 4K lore. I'm sorry.
the
We got to
the
get to that one day, brother.
the
I'm
the
sorry. Go ahead.
this whole cosmic weave has it's connected to what I refer to, and a lot of people use the term it's the Axis Monday. And it's all data, all information, everything, even the thoughts in our brain returns to this Axis Monday. And then it's restructured and presented back into the cosmos in a different form, maybe. But it's always like, and if you take a look at like history, like Empire, the Roman Empire, which fell, and then all of a sudden there was the Holy Roman Empire.
Fractal. You know me, my
Yeah.
philosophy. Everything's fractal.
So I think what a lot of science has a problem with is they don't want to admit that entropy is make believe. Like things don't decay into nothing.
Well, the thing about entropy is it's part of the natural process, no matter what we think about it. But if you want to add it on I don't know what level, personal loss where a relative dies and decays to the ground, or are you talking about entire
It,
pocket
it's
universes
it's
who
restructured into something new is what actually happens. Entropy means that it just decays into nothingness.
well, I mean, you have well, entropy can just mean, I mean, even the heat death, right? Everything stops moving. It's not that everything decayed, but everything just stopped moving. So when you take all movement from a universe, that is true death. If you have a catalyst, however, something on the other side of that, I think this is totally interesting. When you have a universe that has a heat death, maybe something artificially happens, or maybe even naturally happens. That I would like to think it's natural. I don't want to be all science nerd, sci-fi nerd, but something may just happen. Something maybe we don't understand can just make that heat death into either negative space. That can mean so much, but when you're dealing in duality, this is something that you and I and a lot of other people familiar with the stream talk about. When you got to have the opposite space. There is always an opposite space that has a function.
Right.
Always.
Like,
So yes, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I forget. It's a well. They were showing it in space. There's a spot, a place that has a where everything, all the gases, minerals are from the space. It's some way or another it gets brought to this place where it starts to form planets, stars, and all that. The beginning, and then it gets released
Begin from.
different types of
Now
planets.
you could be talking about a
You're not
nebula.
understanding my question. Beginning for who?
Yeah.
The universe, the
Yeah,
atom, the what?
planets, different types of planets.
Well, see, there's a whole structure there. Like
He's missing the entire structure.
yeah,
Yeah.
like with nebulas, those are star builders. Those create stars. Like when you look at our sun, okay, that came from a nebula. And like a lot of people, for example, will talk about the Orion, but they don't understand there's a black hole dead in the center of it. And within this nebula, there's stars that are being formed and created.
Yeah.
That nebula, okay? It's the most amazing part about Orion, the Orion belt, and nobody knows anything about it because they don't want to focus on that. They, you
You
know,
know what? I can I add a little astrology to this?
yeah.
So I'm a Scorpio, and in the legends, in the Greco-Roman legends uh, concerning the constellations, uh, Orion was to be killed by the Scorpio. That's why you have the huge, you know, mythological creatures and things like that. Uh, and behind even that, you have the Sagittarius, which is the centaur, the crossbow, to kill the scorpion. The gods kept putting up things that is supposed to destroy another. That's the circle of the zodiac. People, I know it's an oversimplification, but literally that's literally what it is. Or something that can be grown out of the destruction, at least in a cycle.
It sounds good to me, man.
Yeah, that's just my research. That's my research, my conclusions. I never claim to be an expert. I'm just a researcher. That's all.
Mhm. Now
That's
I did
mhm.
further research, and on Kick it did the same thing to me. So I'm gonna get out of the whole supers or the whole um conspiracy thing mine thought there, because it did do it the same thing to me on Kick as what it did to me on YouTube. So I went in and double checked on it. Rumble is still going strong. We haven't lost anything on there yet. The live stream didn't cut up or anything.
Hmm.
So now, don't get me
Hmm.
wrong, Kick could be a part of the conspiracy too. They are pretty suspicious. The only ones that are worse than them are Twitch. Like I don't understand any kind of platform that deletes video after
My
7 days.
I'm hoping to circumvent all this stuff. I'm going to have a premier platform for all those who are worth it and all those who want to have their stake. Okay, I'm gonna
Hmm.
create the High Lords of Terra. All right, we're gonna do what we do and make sure that we can bypass this kind of crap.
You're going to be the Dollar General of freaking the internet.
Uh, 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 no, well,
Well, I mean,
hey,
come on,
well,
dude.
you know
Seriously,
what?
who tell
It
me
no
anybody who
that
doesn't like going to Dollar General, dude?
no, that's
Seriously.
too high of a praise because
Oh.
there are certain things that I need to branch into to even make that claim. So, thank you. Yeah, that's where I'm going.
Yeah, that's cool.
Basically, yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, it's cool. So we've already finished Robert's show. I have absolutely no talking points for headlines after midnight, but that's fine because we pretty much have a pretty cool live stream so far after his show. So um, I'm gonna end the
I wish
stream.
I would have hopped in a little sooner there, but I just had things to take care of.
Well, you're lucky because Robert ended up going off on his rants, and like
Well, no, I just figure, like,
he
okay,
knows.
about the pictures. I brought that up, and
Well, it's like that wasn't even a part of your topics, dude. You even gave me a link to the topics you wanted, and I went and I pulled them up. I was
yeah,
supposed to read them out for you, and I got like through the first part. Didn't even get into the 10 listed of these time travelers, and he just starts going off, dude. He started talking about freaking the Mona Lisa and shit. And
well, like, what's his name? The one that,
Yeah,
okay, well,
I'm gonna tell you right now, my best friends have always been brothers. Like I have like best friends, they're pairs. They're brothers. And you two have just made it onto that list. It's so funny.
yeah,
Robert's fucking a nut, dude. It's like you think I was bad? Shit, he'll. I mean, I think he's gonna run
He
people
I he
off.
when I come when I come with the show, I'm scratching my head like what?
Yeah, Robert's a trip.
He's the only one that does that.
Robert's a
Like
trip.
what are we doing right now?
Like
well, you know,
tonight, whenever we were doing Untethered, you notice I had to keep him on track because, like, all of a sudden, we're
yeah,
That's what I was trying to do with you the other day, sir. Okay, seriously, that was not meant to be malicious or ash a-hole-ish.
mhm.
I apologize to you because I'm always in like trainer mode. I've trained like 10, 12 different other radio hosts. And it's just sort of like I'm always project building and I'm always just and it kind of took over. and I apologize to you for that. This is your thing, and this is why I love what you do. This is what you do, and I appreciate you gratefully. And I severely overstepped just playing, trainer and all. It was very rude of me. I do apologize. But on the other hand, you can you take the beating part of this
No,
apology?
no.
No.
I'm just done with all of it. It's like fucking. I didn't even want to hear that
Oh
shit,
no!
dude.
Are
Well,
I was like,
are
I
you
mean,
bailing out on me?
you
This
were
is a
like being
comedy
all
skit.
nice
Come
and
on.
you were being all nice and shit and saying pretty words and well, that just made me fucking sick, dude. I was like,
So
wow.
I want to beat you up a little bit though. Can I throw some punches in your
No,
face?
let's just leave because it's like when you started saying the pretty
What?
words and shit. I was like, dude,
No.
that's so fucking pathetic and shit.
No. So let me beat you up. That's the perfect part.
No,
That's the
that
1-2 punch. You gotta let me get the second
see, you
punch in.
got it
Come
all
on,
planned out and
please.
shit.
You gotta let me get the second punch.
You got it all planned out and shit. Like you fucking been like practicing how you were gonna fucking do this and shit.
No, no, not at all. Not, not at
So
all. It was
so
just
just
like I,
the thing of
I
it
just
is
don't. I just don't want you. It's a nod
no
to
man.
Naoki. It's a nod to Naoki. Just Manosphere's thing.
Yeah, I
Don't
know.
don't bottle things up inside. Just
Well,
approach me 2 minutes after a show.
i-
We'll talk.
it's
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 bro on bro action, like in
it's
a
not
non-gay way.
it's not
Like
really all that. Okay, now like I've told you,
just
we've had a lot of serious things that's happened around here, and it's like emotionally at the moment, I can't freaking cope with a lot of
you
shit.
can't cope with it. All right, hey,
You know what I mean?
listen,
It's
listen.
like with Naroki and
I'm
Nancy and all of them.
LGBTQ
Well,
community
that's not
friendly.
that's not what I'm getting at. Okay,
I
the thing of it,
I'm politically
the thing of
correct
it, I
friendly.
don't even care about all that. What the deal is, what the deal is for me is like right now with the things that are going
I
on.
like to give you a hard time. I
It's
just I felt like I was overly familiar, and
no, I've
it
backed
was
away. I've backed
I
away from I backed away from going on Nancy's show, and
dude. I want to get on the Nasty show.
Nancy
What's
sent
going
me a
on, bro?
message. She said that she misses me and called me a dork, and I told her I missed her too,
Dude,
and that I tell everybody on her show that I love them. And
dude,
the reason why I
hey.
stepped away from that and the Roki show and Jaffe show and everybody show is because I can't
Yeah,
cope with the freaking extremely crazy shit they talk about.
dude. No.
I
Listen,
can't
listen.
cope with it.
When you talking so this is
I
this
just
is you're exposing a weird part of this whole ordeal.
yeah, I
By the
know. That's
way,
the thing. I mean, it
you're
just
exposing a lot here.
well, I'm just saying it's like freaking,
We've all been through our hardships, and we are dealing with them in the ways that we know how, and we landed
that's
in radio. You're gonna find a multitude of different
yeah, I
types
know.
of individuals.
Yeah, I
I
know.
just but that's the same thing anywhere else. So I
There
mean,
there comes moments though where freaking you have to take a break from it. I'm
yeah,
completely
no,
aware.
no,
I'm
no.
completely aware of
Dude,
all
I
the
took a
crazy,
break from my radio station
you
for like
know.
almost 4 years, dude. No, I'm going back, but you know what I mean.
You did meet freaking Karma, right?
Who?
Karma Love
I'm not sure.
actually freaking who was it? Somebody met her and yeah, it was on Jaffe's show. That was probably Angel. Angel Angel was talking to her and she just got all freaking weirded out with got weird with him and he you know how Angel is. He just can't handle people fucking saying shit
Dude,
that
Galactica. Same thing happened with me with Galactica,
Sonya.
and like, yeah, Sonia, yeah. Same thing happened with us, but now we're friends now.
Yeah.
So it
Well,
wasn't like
Sonya's in her own different
I was having
category.
listen, I was having Trump locker talk with the boys, and someone just decided to use that as a reason why I shouldn't be talking to her, or it was this really dumb thing that happened with someone. They're not even worth mentioning. It was just funny how it worked out because like, oh, okay, this is what's going on. This is how these people operate. And I don't care. I have nuggets. I will drop nuggets and just experiment with it. Like I'm not some weirdo sociopath, but it's like me being as autistic as I am, I need ways, as many ways as possible to understand the world. So I just got to do these sort of things, and it's like
Oh, don't worry about it.
V is the mystery, right? It's not a name. It's a mantle. It's
Yeah.
it's just a rank. I don't want my name out there. I'm a private citizen. I just want to do good
Well,
for the
I
world.
mean,
I'm not looking for any kind of fame or anything like that. And although
you've already told us your secrets. So don't worry about it.
I'm an open book. That's the thing about it, bro. Hey, I'm an open book. I had over 150,000 views on my documentaries on just through Facebook,
Yeah.
and not one negative comment. Like I had a couple people ready just look through the comments and just read whatever either backlash from that particular community or uh, uh, any infiltrating, you know, the feds that like to social engineer, or if it's like an actual network issue. And it's like not one negative comment. And I was so surprised. I had to step away from the computer just thanking everybody.
Yeah.
And so it was like, no, dude, you cannot.
You just be you and don't worry about it. I'm gonna get off here because I'm hungry and I just smelled food in the kitchen. So you,
Wait. Please tell me it's not, what was it? Waffles and chili?
no, that
Like,
shit's
yeah,
not
outside?
happening no more, dude.
No,
Freaking
Oh,
sloppy joes and what?
me and
mm-mm.
No.
Robert just
What was
found
that?
out. No, me and Robert found out real quick that that was a bad idea. Like I don't even know why
What
I thought that was a
what
good idea.
was no, what was that? What was it?
Pancakes and sloppy joes.
Pancakes and
No,
sloppy joes?
no. Not sloppy joes, Roger.
Oh,
That was chili.
Was it chili or
Yeah.
no?
See, I was thinking it was
No. That was
chili.
hamburger. Yeah, you were.
Hamburger helper, actually.
Wait, no. That's too broad of a range there. You can't do that to me. Come on.
That was
I
going
had a
overboard.
reaction when you said sloppy joes and
Dude,
pancakes. I had
Yeah.
such a
you
physical
you
reaction to that. It was like,
that's
ooh,
like grease
is he
from
gonna
him, and he farted like you wouldn't believe. I was like, "What the hell, dude?" And I said it right in the middle of the stream. I was like, "What the hell, dude?"
Yeah, he thought it was an animal or me petting
No, that
the
time
hill.
I didn't.
Oh,
Freaking like I
dude,
like that time I knew what it was. I was like, "Dude, did that
come
come
on,
from
bro.
you and shit?" I was like, "Wow." Just completely freaking blew a freaking fart right on stream. I was like, God, that's so embarrassing.
No, bro. Come on,
yeah.
bro. Come on,
Yeah,
bro.
he did it right there too.
Guy,
Just
bro.
he's an animal.
Oh, and
He's
here's the thing. When I was young,
Yeah.
I tell you what.
okay.
I,
So Robert, we're gonna have to end this.
okay, well, I'm just saying.
Whoa. He was going
Soda
to take this
did the
to a
same
very
thing
dark
to me.
place, wasn't
Yeah, he was getting ready to get out of hand. You heard that shit, didn't you? Okay, so we're gonna end this. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, go check out freaking all the people that were on the stream tonight. We had one heck of a weekend. It turned out a lot better than I
That
thought.
was the best.
You know, because we've had a lot of people show up sick and everything, and Otto but so that you know, B, he started the Renaissance fairs again this week, so he's going to have a tight schedule.
Yeah, that's not bad because you know what? He can help us with that too. He knows he has an idea of what was the story of the time.
Yeah, well,
Because I
I'm a
mean, what
student.
better?
I'm a nonstop student.
Yeah, because what better way of learning about stuff like that? He's reading that stuff. He understands it a lot farther than a lot of people do.
Well, you know what? People have said, you know what? And this is why I got to start video casting. Uh, oh, he's just doing real time research. I'm playing Warhammer 40K mod with Doom and different map sets. And this is my thing. You can create your own video game with so many different mods. There's thousands, hundreds of thousands of mods with Doom, and you can create your own gameplay. And this is like, I this is like what I do. It's like, wow. This is my off time. I can just enjoy myself. So no, I'm not doing any real time research. I'm not doing any of that.
Well, did you hear what they found? I forget where, but it's off to the side of a big lake.
I mean, it destroys the show if you're doing like, I don't know, research. I mean, anybody can do that. You know, these big production podcasts. Oh, hey, hey, you producer, go look this up, and on our own. That's how I do things. It's like research, and if you don't know,
Yeah, my brother, he helped me with it.
This is where the price for Bitcoin finally began to fall. The prices fell below my recorded price on the 24th of July 2022 eventually, and never regained its daily values from the day before, from this time forward. On the 14th of August 2022, the recorded price for Bitcoin, on or around midnight, Central Standard Time, was 24,631.17. This was up to 204.30 from the price recorded on the 24th of July 2022, but down 233.0